What the hell is that supposed to mean? Attention? Admonition. Well, they say never stop learning. That's a new word to me. All right, so it's caliper cleaning day. I gave this the old college try with some spray nine, some brake cleaner, and I mean, to tell you the truth, it came out okay. Not great. This is the other caliper, untouched. So I'm gonna pull the pins out of this one, pull the pads out, and add a little bit of soap, a little bit of spray nine into my new tool. We'll show you that in a second. Okay, I'm gonna do a real quick comparison before I throw it into the secret machine that I bought. I might have given away. Anyways, I tried to mechanically clean this on my wire wheel. I did clean these on my wire wheel. These are the dirty pins. Cleaned these on the wire wheel. They came out pretty good. These are what the ones came out of the caliper. Had some issues with these two. I'm going to throw it in, see how it comes out. This is the inside of the unclean one. I'm going to put those two pistons in. In fact, this is one that was cleaned by hand. I'm going to throw those in as well. And there's a little coolant hose jobby that sits on the front of the motor. So I'm going to give that a go as well. Stand by. Alrighty. So, this came out of my magic machine. So, this one here, I kept the pistons in with the rubbers, everything else like that. And you can tell it didn't do as good of a job cleaning. Mind you, not bad as these guys here, which were loose. So I did split the piston, and I believe this is the other side. And you know, for not touching it and walking away, it did a really nice job. Obviously the rust, well, that's rust. There's the plate, I believe, that I didn't touch mechanically. And there's the one that I cleaned mechanically. So this one, I mean, it's not spotless. It still has a little bit of grubbiness here, but I'm sure that could go out. And I mean, obviously, you might have probably figured out by now but that I bought an ultrasonic cleaner. Here's the little pistons that I just put in loose, and they are spotless. So I did 20 minutes and then about 13 minutes for a second cycle. I threw this in for shits and giggles for 10 minutes. It came out okay. I threw in a rubber hose. Again, shits and gigs. These little clamps, that came out all right. These obviously are still rusted, but all the grime and crap is gone. Remember this guy? Spotless. And the rubber seal is actually in really nice shape. This was the pre-clean caliper. It's now... This is some mechanical damage. Can't really get that out. But, yeah, honestly, it looks really, really good. For something that you simply set and forget and walk away from, it's awesome. Put in the little rubber nip. That turned out great. Nice and supple. And good news is I got a big enough jobby to fit a bank of carbs. And I have several banks of carbs that I can test this out on. Yeah, so for a first run, very nice. Oh yeah, and temperature, I had it set at 43°C at first for the first 20 minutes. And then I bumped it up to 53 for the remaining 13 minutes. So now I'm just waiting for the water to cool down. I'm going to drain it, give it a quick clean, and I might do another pass on these, but to tell you the truth, I'm pretty happy with this as it stands. It's not going to be concours or anything like that. Might try the brake pads on it next. See how that's going to go. I don't know. I'm going to clean all sorts of crap. But yeah. I'm going to toss this guy in. See how it comes out. All right, round 3 results. Before I forget, one thing I do notice is when you actually run this stuff with rubber in it through the ultrasonic cleaner, the rubber becomes more supple. Maybe it's something to do with the heat or something like that. So I think if you were to, say, just clean calipers and not want to rebuild it with new seals, not that I'll do that, I got new seals here somewhere, you can actually leave the rubber in and it'll do quite well. So this stayed in for another 20 minutes, no added solvents, 53C, and it's looking a little bit better. I mean, there's still a little bit of staining, but you can see a little bit of paint missing here. This will be on the inside of the caliper. Overall, I do wonder if this is going to come out with a little bit of a quick brush with some brake cleaner. We'll see. Yeah, overall, really good. These came out even better. Give them a quick wipe down. So they're looking really good. Pads, yeah. Actually took off a bit of the paint, but the pad doesn't feel slippery or anything like that. Doesn't feel dirty. And the piece de resistance piston that had 140 hours on it. Most of the carbon is gone. I bet you this would be gone the minute. And I left the piston in like this, upside down. This is nice and smooth. Nothing really to talk about here. Obviously, that's not smooth. But yeah, a lot of the carbon's gone. Piston's looking good. Yeah. So that little box was money extremely well spent. Yeah. We'll see what I clean next. Stay tuned.